The end of Vlog Squad's reign. The Vlog Squad, led by David Dobrik, was once very popular among YouTube fans. The group had a strong following, and viewers were invested in the lives of each member, including those who have already established influencers like Liza Koshy and Gabby Hanna. Some members gained fame through their association with David. In 2014, David made his way to YouTube and formed his own squad. His channel was a big success. The Vlog Squad was known for its wild adventures and fun-filled activities, from live performances to trips to casinos and collaborations with famous personalities. They consistently produced entertaining content for their large and dedicated fan base. However, over time, the group has been involved in a series of scandals and controversies that have really put their friendship to the test. Recent details surfaced about members who apparently disliked each other. Everyone really believed that their friendship was for keeps until Jeff Wittick's unfortunate incident. Everyone knew what happened to Jeff while he and the rest of the squad were filming a video for their channel. In case you were out of the loop, here's a quick rundown. In June 2020, Jeff sustained an injury to his eye while swinging from an excavator that was being operated by David. Some parts of his face and skull broke and needed to be stitched. He nearly went blind. Apparently, David promised to help Jeff pay for all his hospital expenses, but he never did. In his video, he said, "I just jumped out of a plane 20 times. What's the worst that could happen if I swing from a rope over a 1-foot deep lake? And yeah, I didn't know I was going to go that fast, so I grabbed the rope and I tried to make a goddamn funny video for people. This was where I made a mistake. I forgot that the biggest idiot I know was driving it." David apologized to Jeff for what had happened, saying, "That day is the worst thing to ever have happened to me. I would do anything to take that day back. It's the most unfortunate thing ever. It's an accident, like that's what it was. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, Jeff, and I wish it was easier to deal with this. I wish we both were better communicators. I see comments like, did he forget what he did, and like, did he forget? No, I will never forget." However, David's apology did not do him any good, and Jason sued him for $10 million. Now, Jeff and David are currently engaged in a legal dispute as Jeff seeks compensation for the injury he sustained and to cover his medical expenses. As a result of this, their friendship has gone downhill, and Jeff is no longer part of the Vlog Squad. When Jeff decided to speak truthfully about the incident to his fans, members of the group distanced themselves from him. Initially, he never wanted to talk about that accident because he was afraid of losing his friends. They even encouraged him to not speak about the accident and chose to defend David. But he has been humiliated and hurt, especially when David turned his back on him. Jeff ultimately decided to speak out and is now suing David. Clearly, Jeff didn't take his friend's advice, and now he has lost touch with his friends from the squad. Jeff was really close with Tana Mongeau, who is associated with the Vlog Squad at that time. She was still in contact with some of the members of the squad, and they shared with Tana that they missed Jeff and wanted to reach out to him, but they knew that it would not sit well with David. It would look like they were betraying David. Sadly, the reality is that many of the members of the squad relied on David to earn money. Working with him and making videos with him were their primary sources of income. Some fans argue that it would always be up to them if they wanted to speak to Jeff, but the squad was aware of what would happen next. Obviously, David would sever his ties with them and they would lose their shot at fame. The good news is that Jeff has already accepted the fact that he cannot be friends with them. He, for one, felt betrayed because they were not good friends to him. It turned out that failed friendships were nothing new when it came to the squad members. Former Vlog Squad members Carly Incontro and Aaron Gilfroy shared with their listeners that they have been getting a lot of questions about their friendship with the rest of the squad. They didn't want to get into details about their friendship status with other members, but they were still friends with Matt King, Joe Volpus, and Jason Nash. However, Carly and Aaron have been seen hanging out with David, Todd, Natalie, Zane, Heath, and even Mariah. Fans could not help but wonder what happened to them, what was going on among the members or the people who were once part of the squad. Carly and Aaron stopped hanging out with them because of the pandemic. A lot of things happened and changed during the lockdown. They wanted to take their social media presence to the next level. They were planning to get more serious with their content. Aaron even postponed her wedding because of the pandemic. When she released her wedding photos, a lot of the members of the Vlog Squad were in attendance. However, fans noticed that Zane, Heath, and Mariah were not there, and Mariah was supposed to be one of the bridesmaids. Sources claim that it was because of the pandemic and the vaccine. It was speculated that Mariah did not get vaccinated. Carly and Aaron talked in their video about losing friendships and distancing themselves from the Vlog Squad. They shared their feelings of heartbreak, sadness, and frustration about the loss of their friends. No one was aware of how intense it was to be in the squad. Jason Nash has been putting on these roasts of the Vlog Squad on YouTube. It was Zane's turn to be roasted. In the video, it was clear that all the members did not hold back with their jokes. The members may be laughing, but many fans who watched it had one thing on their minds: somebody's friendship would be ruined after the show. It's okay to throw jokes at each other, but on that video, some things got too personal and disrespectful. Many fans found the video funny, but at the same time, it was uncomfortable and awkward for everybody. Everybody could not believe that the members were willing to say things that were pretty hurtful for the sake of their views. Yes, it was all for show, and these were all jokes, but most jokes are half meant. In the video, the reason Zayn and Mariah did not attend Aaron's wedding was finally put to rest. It was because they did not want to take the COVID-19 test.
Zayn is really stubborn. He once ended a 10-year-long friendship by refusing to take the COVID test.
You know, Heath, it is so awesome that both of our fiancés are here. Oh wait, this is awkward. You haven't proposed yet, you deadbeat. Hey, Mariah, don't worry though, okay? It doesn't mean that Heath doesn't love you. It's just that we all know how difficult it is for Heath to commit to actually going to a wedding. But Erin sends her regards, by the way. Anyways, thank you guys so much.
So it's clear now that Aaron's friendship with Zayn and Mariah was possibly over by now. Heath was also heavily targeted during the show. He was accused over and over again of being a racist.
Cast of Unfiltered is here! You know, it's funny that the show's called Unfiltered when they have to filter out Heath's racism every episode.
Our first roaster is so old he remembers segregation, which is something Heath asks about him every day. Please welcome Jason Nash.
Zayn, you're a lot like Donald Trump. You're delusional, you have bad hair, and your best friend's a racist.
Mariah, you were so sweet to me. You treat me like family every time I come out to LA. I can't believe you're still with that racist.
Sorry about this. Heath is so racist, he and Mariah take a break from their relationship every summer because she gets a little too tan. So... yeah.
Buddy, I love you. It is so nice of you to be here and take a break from patrolling the border. Thank God Heath finally got in shape. Congrats, Heath. Really, truly. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be a lot of work for Mariah, who has to knit a much smaller clan outfit.
Everything was really surprising and confusing at the same time about the level of criticism thrown at the members of the squad. It just didn't seem right when everyone was so fine and chill about calling a person a racist. It looked like Heath was okay with it, but fans wondered how he truly felt deep inside. But Heath also responded to all their jokes directed at him, saying,
"Everybody give it up for Ella. Very good set. I do gotta address something. I don't get why everybody keeps calling me a racist. I hang out with Taylor and she's a quarter Asian."
The roast was extremely uncomfortable and awkward, and it was possible that it would be the cause of friendship breakups. It was also particularly harsh for Natalie. Everyone knew that she was not as popular and well-liked as the rest of the squad, but it just didn't feel right listening to the jokes about her.
Natalie, hey girl! Natalie's here tonight. She reminds me a lot of AOL dial-up. Annoying, unreliable, and impossible to find a connection with. A lot of people say she doesn't have a lot of close girlfriends, but that's mainly because Todd slept with them all.
Never give Natalie a gift. You'll find it on Poshmark for $10.
Everything about that roast was uncomfortable and unsettling. The group dynamic has significantly changed since the Vlog Squad started. They used to be so close and considerate of each other, but in the past few years, the members have often made mean comments and used hurtful language towards each other, including body shaming and inappropriate jokes. From what everyone could see, they just tolerated each other. It looked like no one spoke up about feeling hurt by these jokes in the past, and those who did were often no longer part of the Vlog Squad. It just made no sense why they had to put up with this kind of comedy. David hasn't been vlogging recently, so they should stop putting on a show that could be hurtful and offensive, no matter how hard they insist that everything is just for laughs. What do you think of the roast of Zayn Hijazi? Do you think it was great or low-key offensive? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned for more interesting videos. Are you not entertained? If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.